6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. So I was thinking earlier, what should I say about Sanatana Goswami? And we'll sing the Tirabhav Titi, we'll sing the song to glorify our departed Acharya, Sanatana Goswami. But I was thinking, what did I know about Sanatana Goswami? And because that was yesterday, they said I had to say something. So then I was remembering, well, the main thing I know, which Prabhupada mentioned many times, and it's in parallel with this lecture, actually. The same thing that's being talked about in this lecture. I didn't know it was going to be this lecture today. But anyway, it's worked out nicely. If you remember, Lord Chaitanya was in Varanasi, staying at the house of Kashi Mishra. And of course, Lord Chaitanya is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, playing the part of a devotee. So he knew that Sanatana Goswami had escaped from jail. Yes, Sanatana Goswami was in jail. Our Acharya was in jail. Doesn't sound very good. It's not like me when I say I was in jail. But yes, Sanatana and Rupa, they were top ministers. Dabir Kash, Shakir Malik. Dabir Kash, as I understand, that was Rupa Goswami. Shakir Malik was Sanatana. The Hindus were very highly placed, even in the Muslim culture, for their intelligence, their learning, and because they were revered by the Hindu population, the Muslims were very intelligent, Mughals were very intelligent. They gave them positions in their government because they knew that they could help rule the people nicely. So Sanatana Goswami was like Prime Minister. But Nawab Hussain Shah wanted to go and attack Orissa. It was his business. He was always attacking different places. So Sanatana Goswami, Shakir Malik, correct me if I'm wrong, Shakir Malik, he didn't like this. Not only that, he had taken initiation from Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. One time Lord Chaitanya visited Ramkeli, north of Mayapur. You can go there. You can see the house where Sanatana and Rupa used to live. And, we have a nice temple there. Actually, where they originally lived in Jeshore. It was their birthplace. This is in Bangladesh now. We have a nice temple there. Ramkeli is, that was the capital actually, Gauda Desh. So, Sanatana Goswami was living there. And Lord Chaitanya secretly came there. And they secretly came out at night. And Lord Chaitanya gave them instruction, meet me in Vrindavan. And actually, because in their previous life, in Krishna Lila, they were none other than Maharaj. Sanatana was Maharaj there. Sanatana Goswami was his previous in Krishna Lila. Huh? Lava Manjari, yeah. Rupa Goswami, Rupa Manjari. So, of course, they were magnetically attracted to Lord Chaitanya. So they came out in disguise, and Lord Chaitanya gave them initiation and embraced them. There's a tree there. Actually, there's a tree under which Sanatana and Rupa took initiation from Lord Chaitanya. Has anyone seen that tree? It's a tamal tree. I have a piece of wood there. So therefore, Sanatana thought, let me get out of here. I want to give up this job of Prime Minister. This gentleman, my boss, Nawab Hussain Shah, is not worthy of my service anymore. I'm going to go and join Lord Chaitanya in Vrindavan. So when the Nawab heard that he wasn't attending his job, then he came and he found Sanatana was making arrangements for big research into Bhagavad Dharma. He had so many scholars and so on. Sanatana had been saying, I'm sick, I can't come because I'm sick. So he sent a detective, and he saw that Sanatana wasn't sick. This is all in Chaitanya Charitamrita. You can read much better than hearing from me. But, and of course the king was angry. What are you doing here, studying the Bhagavatam? And there was some discourse. And so he was imprisoned. Meanwhile, Rupa was still free. So he made an arrangement that Sanatana escape. He had a huge amount of money when he retired from the government, gold coins, and Sanatana used that money. Between them, they fixed the jailer, they paid off the jailer, and made an arrangement. When I go down to the Ganga, and you tell them I just jumped in, I must have drowned. So this was the story. Actually, of course, he didn't drown, but he could swim very well. And then he started to walk without anything. Actually, he had one servant, Ishani, and they came to nearby our temple. Has anyone been to Kanai Shala? Kanai Shala, near the corner of Bihar and West Bengal. A beautiful place. There's some mountains there. And Sanatana and Ishani were about to cross the mountains because they were going secretly. They were frightened of the government. They asked the hotel keeper, can you take me across the mountains, please? And the hotel keeper said, yes, surely, we'll take you, no problem. And then Sanatana was an expert politician. He said, why is this guy so eager to take me across the mountains tonight? And they asked Ishan, do you have any money with you? Yeah, I have so many gold coins, 7 gold coins. So Sanatana immediately could understand, they're going to kill me tonight. So he took the 6 gold coins he gave to the hotel keeper and said, here, you keep these. And the hotel keeper said, yes, actually, we knew you had these coins. I have an astrologer. We were going to kill you. But anyway, we'll take you across tonight. So this way he crossed the mountains. And interestingly enough, devotees in Kanai, they told me that by those mountains, that the local people do the same business that they were doing 500 years ago. The same family do the same business. Instead, they do it on the Indian railways. They go on the Indian railways, on the first class. They make friends with people and they give them some drink, fruity, whatever it is. with some drugs in it. And then they get drugged and they take everything. Same family. Still doing the same job. The same hotel. So anyway, Sanatana Goswami, then he was heading for Varanasi. So Lord Chaitanya knew that he was coming, of course. My devotee Sanatana is coming. Actually, Sanatana, he stopped off near Patna. At Patna, there's a place called Sonpur, or Hajipur, where Hajipur is a big market, Sonpur fair. Every year they used to have a huge fair of elephants, elephant market, and horse market. Still there, they have the same fair every year. Not so many elephants. It's a small time now. But it used to be very big. So Sanatana somehow they crossed the river. I don't know which side he was on. You can take a boat across. He was probably walking the Patna side, the south side, or maybe the north side, I don't know. Anyhow, he was in Hajipur, and his brother-in-law spotted him. His brother-in-law was buying elephants for the government. His brother-in-law was working for Nawab Hussain, and he spotted him. Oh no! But his brother-in-law was friendly. He understood that his brother had escaped from jail. And so they got talking. And his brother-in-law gave him a very nice blanket because Sanatana had nothing. He's just walking and he jumped in the river, with nothing, hardly anything. Maybe a lungi. And he was just walking along with that. So his brother gave him a nice blanket. Very nice blanket. So Sanatana said, I'm going to Vrindavan. And he headed off with the blanket. So then by that time, of course, Sanatana was working for the Mughal government. So they used to have beard. Actually, they were outcasts. The Hindus were not considered Hindus anymore because they were employed by the Muslim government. And the reason, of course, why Sanatana did this was to try and protect the devotees. Because unless somebody was in the government favorable to the Hindus, the Muslims might just, be fanatical. They're fundamental people. So it was better that they were in the government. And this way to protect the government, but they lost their caste. They were Brahmins by birth. They were Brahmins by birth, caste, but they lost their caste. They weren't considered Hindus anymore because they'd got taken employment from the Muslim government. So Sanatana had long hair, beard, everything. So when he arrived in Varanasi, Kashi Mishra said to Lord Chaitanya, he said, there's a mendicant at the door, a Muslim mendicant at the gate. He wants to meet you. Of course, Lord Chaitanya immediately knew who it was. So everyone was so surprised. When he came, Lord Chaitanya said, bring him in. Bring him in. And then Lord Chaitanya stood up and embraced this mendicant. Everyone was surprised. What's going on? Lord Chaitanya is embracing this Muslim mendicant. And Sanatana is saying, don't touch me, don't touch me. I'm contaminated. So it was a very touching scene. It's a very touching scene. After such time and separation they had been feeling. So then Lord Chaitanya said, you go make yourself gentle. Means shave your head. Go and shave your head. And you look like a Vaishnava. The Prabhupada was also keen on this. He called this long hair hippie seeds. hippie seeds. Why are you growing hippie seeds? Long hair. So Lord Chaitanya said, go and make yourself gentle. Go and have a shave. So Sanatana Goswami went and had his shave and he came back. But he still had his rich blanket, his beautiful blanket. Lord Chaitanya was glancing at the blanket. Why are you wearing this blanket? He seemed to be saying this. Why you still got this luxury blanket? So Sanatana could understand this was not appropriate. So he went back to the Ganga again, because Varanasi is on the Ganga. He saw this old sadhu with a dirty old quilt drying. And he said, you want to swap? I'll swap you my quilt, my rich quilt blanket for your old quilt. And the sadhu thought, are you joking with me? Want to give me your beautiful blanket? No, please. I want your quilt. So Sanatana took the quilt and he came back. Lord Chaitanya was very satisfied. And then, of course, Sanatana asked his famous question, which is very much in relationship with this lecture we heard today. Kayami kenaya maya jarita pitraya. Iha nahi janike maya hitahaya. And then Lord Chaitanya said, Jivara swarupa hai nichera Krishna das. Krishna tatasta shakti veda veda prakash. Sanatana Goswami, he asked, he said, people calling me a learned man, I'm a rich, very educated, but quite frankly, I don't know who I am. Kayami. Who am I? Who am I? Kayami. Kene amaya. Why am I suffering? He asked him these questions sincerely. He asked these questions very sincerely. And he set a great example for all of us for entering spiritual life. Spiritual life doesn't mean, oh, they have a big temple, we can go and join a big institution, and, board and lodging problem is solved. No, it doesn't mean that. Because in some countries like Africa, an institution, we do take it as a place where boarding and lodging problem is solved. But actually, our real qualification is Tasmad Gurum Prapadyeta Jigyasha Shreyam Uttamam. Shreyam Uttamam. We must have questions in our hearts about the ultimate goal of life. This is our qualification for approaching a spiritual master. And this was Sanatana Goswami's qualification. And he asked Lord Chaitanya that right in the beginning. People call me a wise man, but quite frankly, I don't know who I am. I'm miserable. I'm suffering because I don't know who I am. And personally, of course, I also felt like this. That's how Krishna led me to Krishna consciousness. And I think many of you also, every one of you also felt the same. Out of place in a materialistic civilization like we're in. Like fish out of the water. What are we doing here? Why do we have to grow old and die? How did I get here? Living in the city of 9 gates, wondering what to do. 2 eyes, 2 ears, and 2 nostrils, 1 mouth, 1 anus, and 1 genital. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Life is like a prison, getting older every day. What did I do to deserve this? Gotta make my getaway. So similarly, many young people also feel like Sanatana Goswami. They're not getting answers from our modern colleges and universities, the answers that we need. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada, actually Prabhupada was not happy with Indian culture. He couldn't find anybody who sincerely wanted to follow him and become his disciple. He was disgusted, actually. Prabhupada said, I'm disgusted. And I'm glad to get away from India. When he came to America, it wasn't much better until he went to Lower East Side, where young people were completely disillusioned and confused. They were struggling between going to the Vietnam War and asking so many questions they couldn't answer. Nobody knew. So Prabhupada, he found there were sincere people there. And they were asking the same questions as Sanatana Goswami. Who am I? Hey, Ami, why am I suffering? What's it all about? And Prabhupada, as representative of Sanatana Goswami, was able to present the same answer that Lord Chaitanya gave. And all we have to do is present the same answer. Krishna Tatashta Shakti Jivara Sarupa Hoy Krishna Nichadas Krishna Tatastha Shakti Veda Veda Prakash. Your identity is that you are eternally fragmental parts and parcels of Krishna. Everything is Krishna. Prabhupada's saying in this. We are also Krishna. Just like in the airport yesterday, when we were coming to Delhi, there was a nice girl and she had a baby and a brother, I think. They were going to an ashram in Yamuna Nagar. From Delhi they were going to take the train. They'd just come from Nepal or somewhere. And I got talking to them. They looked at my hat. I was explaining about changing bodies and they said, oh, on your hat, there's so many gods on your hat. They hadn't looked at my hat. They said, oh, there's so many gods. They said, all gods are the same? Oh, yes, all gods are the same. So they're very Mayavadi, unfortunately. So, but our philosophy is different, like Prabhupada's explaining. There is oneness, but there's difference. Just like there's one energy, but there's heat and light. It's like the electrician is manipulating heat and light. So there is Bhumi Rapanalo Vayu, there's inferior energy, and there's Apariyamatastvamyam Prakritim Vidime Param. There's a higher energy. We are the higher energy of Krishna, but we're still energy. And Tadyonini Bhutani Savanitra. We are manipulating this inferior energy to satisfy our desires. And Krishna is permitting it. Anumantya, and he's witnessing and he's permitting our many, many births in this way. Ishvara Sarva Bhutana, Hridesha Junatisadi, Brahmayan Sarva Bhutani, Yantra Rudani Maya. We're seated on a machine made of material energy. And Krishna is supervising these machines. But it's all Krishna's energy. Sava Kalvedam Brahma. It is all Krishna, but there's difference. You know, it's simple to explain. Just like there's a drop of water from Yamuna, if you dare put it on your hand, if it doesn't pollute your hand because of the pollution in the water, you can say the Yamuna is on my hand. It's true. But the Yamuna in the river is very different from the water on my hand. Because on my hand it's so small. Achincha Bed Abed Tattva. We are God. We are God. We are one with God. At the same time, we're different. Just like Lord Chaitanya was in the garden in Navadvip with his mother. His mother had just made very nice sandesh, very beautiful Bengali sandesh from the cow. And little Nimai was not eating it. Why wasn't Nimai eating it? Instead he was eating the dirt. I was eating the dirt. Mother Sachi said, why are you eating the dirt? Nimai. His friends had said, Nimai's eating dirt. Oh, well, it's the same, isn't it, Mummy? It's the same. The cow is, the grass is eating the dirt. The cow is eating the grass. And then the cow is giving milk. Milk you're making sandesh. So I'm eating the dirt directly. What's wrong? It's the same as sandesh. So Mother Sachi was wise because she was the wife of Jagannath Mishra, Vaishnav Brahmin. She said, my dear Nimai, if you eat the dirt, you'll be sick. If you eat my sandesh, you'll be strong and healthy. So there's difference. You see? So, Savamidam Kalvidam Brahma, this is true. But Vaishnavas, we know the difference also. Therefore, we can engage everything in Krishna's service. This is our Bhakti Yoga movement. We have a responsibility to engage the whole world in Krishna's service. And we're very happy to hear that here in Delhi there's so many temples are springing up, and all over India also. But the world is very big. Do you know that? It's not just India. Look on the map, India is just a small blot. What about Africa? What about so many other continents? They need preachers to teach this philosophy so people can be happy. And it's practical philosophy that Sanatana Goswami he's given us in his books, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu and Brihad Bhagavatamrita. Practical philosophy of Prabhupada has given us the same thing. We're all followers of Sanatana Goswami. And running out of time. Now Prabhupada, what's this? Pushpanjali, time of 6 Goswami. Well, you said I could sing the song. Yeah, Nilo Premadana. So I didn't read from this. Well, let's quickly sing the song. Jaya Nilo Premadana. Anyone got the words? Karuna Pracho Jaya Nilo Premadana Karuna Pracho Eno Prabhu Kotagela Acharya Thakur Eno Prabhu Acharya Thakur Eno Prabhu Kotagela Acharya Thakur Kahamara Sanatana Kahadasa Raghunatha Patita Bhava Ahamora Vatayuga Madanga Kata Kahakavera Kahakavera Ekakale Kotagela Oranatara Ekakale Pashane ko tibo mata anale pasibo Goranga gunera nede Kota gele pabon Se sabasang gira sange Jai koi lo vila Se sangana paiya kande naratamada Se sangana paiya kande naratamada Ye anilo premadana karuna pracho Eno Prabhu Kota Gela Acharya Tako Jaya Vaishnav Thakur, Jaya Vaishnav Thakur, Vaishnav Thakur, Jaya Vaishnav Thakur. Jaya Vaishnav Thakur, Vaishnav Thakur, Vaishnav Thakur, Jaya Jaya Vaishnav Thakur, Jaya Vaishnav Thakur, Vaishnav Thakur, Jaya Vaishnav Thakur. Jaya Prayojanacharya, Jaya Prayojanacharya, Prayojanacharya Sanatana Goswami. Sanatana Goswami King. Srila Sanatana Goswami King. So now we're going to have Pushpanjali to the 6 Goswamis.